Royal wedding of Prince Nicholas of Greece, Tiara, diamonds, and Chrissy Vardinoyannis' dream dress. Welcome to BNews. Have you ever been swept away by a moment so dazzling, so rich with regal romance, that it felt plucked straight from a fairy tale? That's exactly how the world felt when Prince Nicholas of Greece exchanged vows in one of the most glamorous royal weddings of recent years. Amid sparkling tiaras, glittering diamonds, and a gown that will forever be called Chrissy Vardinoyannis' dream dress, this was a day where tradition danced with modern allure. Today, we step behind the public spectacle to uncover the exquisite details, emotional power, and cultural resonance of a ceremony that captured both hearts and headlines. But before we step into that world, do us a favor, like this video, subscribe to BNews, and hit the bell icon to join us on more royal journeys that blend beauty, history, and human connection in every frame. The morning of the royal wedding dawned clear and bright in Athens, as crowds gathered near the Metropolitan Cathedral, their anticipation electric. From a distance, flashes of white silk, shimmering jewels, and regal uniforms painted an atmosphere charged with history. Early arrivals whispered about the famously exquisite tiara, secreted into a silver casket and carried solemnly into the cathedral, a symbol of lineage, renewed promise, and timeless grace. As the royal car advanced, voices hushed. This was a moment not just of spectacle, but of raw, collective emotion. At its core, this wedding was Chrissy Vardinoyannis' moment, her dream dress the centerpiece of every whispered conversation and camera frame. Designed by a celebrated Greek couturier, its sweeping silhouette, delicate lace, and hand-embroidered details blended contemporary elegance with classical elements. As she entered, the cathedral seemed to exhale. Guests leaned forward, sensing this was not just a dress but a declaration of identity and artistry. Underneath the satin and tulle lay a story of preparation, craftsmanship, and the quiet joy of a bride knowing that all eyes would be on her, not simply for her title, but for the grace and personality she projected through every stitch. Prince Nicholas, resplendent in his ceremonial uniform, watched with what can only be described as awe, his gaze steady, his breath measured. The moment Chrissy appeared at the altar, a soft gasp rippled through the congregation. Their love, in that brief exchange of smiles and glances, was both private in feel and enchanting in clarity. That moment crystallized the wedding's magic, tradition made personal, spectacle imbued with authenticity. The tiara, a family heirloom featuring rare Greek diamonds and centuries of provenance, sat upon the bride's head as both crown and character. It wasn't the flashiest tiara ever worn, but its restraint, refinement, and embedded history drew deeper admiration. Later, royal observers would note that it echoed the harmony in the couple's union, classic elegance lifted by modern confidence. During the ceremony, the choir's voices swelled, and the air vibrated with ancient hymns and heartfelt promises. Chrissy's voice, soft yet resolute, blended seamlessly with the ceremonial recitations, reminding all that love's highest expression is not in quiet privacy, nor in public show, but in the sacred act of shared vows. The privilege of royal ceremony was made deeply human in that moment. After the formalities, the newlyweds exited to a flush of petals, cabbage roses, and peonies raining down in a soft explosion of pink and white. On the steps of the cathedral, Nicholas helped Chrissy adjust her veil, another tender, spontaneous moment that brought gasps and applause. That scene, a candid sliver of intimacy amid grandeur, captured the wedding's emotional core, that the most royal connection is the simple gesture of care between two people. At the glittering reception in a historic palace courtyard, candlelight danced on marble floors and on the couple's faces as they shared their first dance. Soft strings breathed through a song that felt chosen just for them, a lyric about time, love, and luminous futures. Their steps were graceful and in sync, a silent promise that their partnership would be both graceful and grounded. Behind the scenes, staff and planners marveled at Chrissy's calm. Despite the ornate tiara, intricate train, and a guest list of world-famous royals and celebrities, she moved through the evening like water, fluid, radiant, at ease. Every compliment she offered to guests was genuine, no practiced grace, just the authentic kindness of a woman in love. Later, at a quiet moment by candlelight, Chrissy adjusted a single pearl from Nicholas's cufflink, an intimate gesture that was almost unnoticed amid the splendor, but witnessed by a few, forever etched in memory. That tiny act, invisible to most but deeply resonant, summed up the wedding spirit, love in gestures both grand and small. For royal watchers, the event was notable not only for the glamour, but for the way it honored Greek tradition while welcoming modern creativity. Priests in traditional vestments, an orthodox blessing, and subtle cultural motifs in the decor grounded the extravaganza in heritage. Yet the dress, the music, and even the toasts reflected Chrissy's own Greek-Australian identity, making the wedding a bridge between worlds. The dinner that followed, under a canopy of fairy lights and ancient columns, was a symphony of flavors, from olive oil-kissed bread to Mediterranean seafood and pastries that melted with citrus brightness. In that setting, royalty felt generous and grounded, conversation flowed, laughter rang free, and every guest shared in a joy as genuine as it was grand. As speeches unfolded, Prince Nicholas voiced his awe, saying he had loved Chrissy since the moment he first met her, but it took this day, seeing her in that gown, wearing that tiara, sharing that smile, to fully understand how deeply. Chrissy, in turn, expressed that she had found not only a partner, but a friend, a confidant, and a king whose love felt like home. That love won not through spectacle alone, but through authenticity, shared history, and moments both public and profoundly private. The royal wedding stood as a testament to tradition's enduring pull, and to how love, when authentic, makes all that tradition meaningful. Now, dear viewers, we'd love to hear from you. Which magical moment from this royal wedding touched your heart the most? Was it Chrissy's dream dress, the tender dance, the ancestral tiara, or something only described in whispers? Share below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned to BNews for more behind-the-scenes stories of love in the world's grandest stages.